So as a security administrator, to protect your SAP system, from a technical standpoint, you need to ensure that some of the authorization objects are tightly controlled and the end users don't have unnecessary access through those objects. Some of those objects are that you need to properly control as batch underscore job, s underscore btch underscore job, s underscore btch underscore nam, s underscore btch underscore adm. This object ensure that end users don't have it as with the value y, because this controls btch underscore adm controls the batch administration functionality. It gives complete access to batch administration, background job administration. S underscore RCL underscore ADM needs to be controlled and should be assigned only to developers and the basis administrators. S underscore ADM underscore FCD is a very powerful object, and you need to be very careful as a security administrator to see what values are assigned to these objects, because this object S underscore ADM underscore FCD controls the systems administration functionality in the SAP system. Now, basis administrators would need generous access to most of these objects, but the end users should have limited access. Now, from a background jobs point of view, the background jobs should run periodically. Periodically should be set up with some specific user ID that are reserved only for background processing, and these user IDs have to be generic user IDs that are not linked to any individual, and also they have to be of the type communication or system. Now, SAP provides many roles and templates that can be used as a guideline of what users need. You can use those provided roles as a general guideline of system access a user may require. Now, these roles and templates that users and the SAP provides, you can use them if you want as a security administrator to start building your roles, but many times they don't. The roles and templates SAP provides are not sufficient for the customer's needs, so you typically end up creating the roles from the scratch. Now, when you create an RFC destination, when RFC destinations are created for communicating between two systems, the user ID that needs to be used for communication purposes has to be of the type communications or systems. Now, if you use a dialog user ID while in the RFC destination, then people can log into the target system and execute transaction codes in the target system, which you don't want to happen. Now, these generic user IDs that are used in RFC destinations have to be reserved for them. Also ensure that not all users who can look at the data of spool requests for all users. You can control that by using s underscore admin underscore fcd and s underscore sp underscore act. You should not let all users to view somebody else's pull request, because those pull requests may contain confidential information and you don't want users to take a look at it. So you need to control what pull requests a user can view. A user can view only his own pull request, not somebody else's. And you can control that by using the object s underscore adm underscore fcd and s underscore sp underscore act. You also have to be aware of the users who can create and execute external transaction codes. So you can control that by using the objects s underscore rzl underscore adm and s_log_com. So as a security administrator, to secure your system technically, you need to take care of some of this so objects like batch ADM and s_admin_fcd or s_sp_ect, s_rzl_adm. So these are some of the very important authorization objects to secure the system and from audit standpoint.